lot of people think that Tesla demand, apparently it's fallen through the floor. Apparently it's been shocking. Now I can tell you one thing, in Sweden, Tesla demand's been great. Tesla sales have been great in Sweden. They have been fantastic in Norway. Other countries, it's really quite actually difficult at this point in time to interpret some of the information we have. We've got to wait for the next few weeks to find out what's really going on. But I can tell you this. I can give you some numbers on Tesla sales of their Chinese-made cars. So the cars that they make in China, that's of course Tesla's most important car factory in the world. It manufactures cars at the cheapest price, and we can compare Tesla sales from that factory in May, as in the month that just happened, worldwide, versus sales from May of last year. We can also compare from January to the end of May for all Tesla's production in China. How many cars are they producing? And to find out whether or not Teslas are actually selling or they're not. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. It's great to see you. Tesla has sold 72,573 cars that were made in China in May. Now, that is an increase of 17% from April this year. But in comparison to last year, well, if you look at Tesla's vehicle sales or their actual production, the number of vehicles that they've sold that were made in China worldwide in the first 5 months of this year, from January to May, the total was 355,616. That means the actual deliveries, they are down versus last year, but by only 7%. So last year, Tesla actually produced and sold 382,000 vehicles worldwide that were made in China. So the difference is about 27,000. So versus last year, 27,000 less. 355,600 versus 382,800. Yeah, so it's technically true that Tesla has sold less cars over the first 5 months of this year that were produced in China. And that's, of course, Tesla's most productive factory worldwide by far. In fact, about just over 50% of Tesla's sales last year were made in China. So you can see how relevant this is to actual Tesla production. Now, Tesla did see a rebound in China-made vehicles sold last month, but yeah, like I said, it was still a little lower than last year. Now, if we compare to April, though, the number is a significant increase. April this year, Tesla sold 62,000 worldwide from China, but May was 77,700. So it's true that Tesla sold less cars, but it also is true that they're trending in the right direction. Tesla has a factory in China, in Shanghai, and it has a production capacity of about 1 million vehicles. So this gives you some context. They're capable of producing 1 million, and the total number, right, was 72,573. So really that factory can produce probably closer to around 85,000 to 90,000 vehicles, but it's not running quite at full production capacity. To tell you the truth, no one is though. BYD probably is, but I don't think anyone else in China is running any of their car factories at full production capacity. Maybe Zeekr. Other than them, I don't think anyone is. Now, this kind of is intriguing here, guys, because on the 24th of May, Reuters reported that Tesla's Shanghai factory planned to cut Model Y production by at least 20% between March and June. Well, that Reuters report was 100% false, because if production was down by 20% in May, these numbers would be significantly lower, seeing as the Model Y is the vehicle that's most heavily produced in China by a mile. It's about 70% to 30% Model 3s. So yeah, I think Reuters reporting was a little bit inaccurate. Okay, it wasn't inaccurate, it was completely false. Now, it might have been the case that they did that for the month of March and maybe in April as well. But clearly in May, Tesla has produced significantly more vehicles than what Reuters said they would for that month. So yeah, Reuters reporting, it's getting a little bit speculative. It can be a little bit misleading. There could be some truth mixed in with some, what would you say, speculation. Truth and speculation mixed together. That's what we should call Reuters these days. Sometimes they're just flat out wrong though. So yeah, they do get things right, they do get things wrong. Now, Tesla have been doing quite a bit of marketing in May, and that has led to more sales apparently as well. During the week of May 27th to June the 2nd, a total of 15,200 Tesla vehicles were registered for insurance in China. That's up 16% from 13,100 the previous week. So it appears as though Tesla actually sold potentially over 50,000 vehicles in China in May, which would be a really, really good result, especially considering the bloodbath that China's car market is. They're selling cars so cheaply, and the prices just keep coming down. BYD sales keep going up, and one thing you'll notice is their prices are significantly lower than Tesla. So that's one advantage that BYD have there. Of course, they've got a big presence in China. They've got about 27 different models, different versions of those models, plug-in hybrids, EVs, so many choices. But clearly, BYD are winning on price in particular. And that's what they're really focusing on. So, kudos to BYD. I think BYD will become the biggest car manufacturer in the world by 2030. I'd be willing to bet on that, in fact. And will Tesla follow their plan to produce 20 million vehicles? I mean, I don't know if that was ever a plan. I said that on the channel many times when Musk made that statement. I don't think that's ever really Tesla's plan. I said I thought maybe they could do 10 million a year, 20 million was a bit ridiculous. And I know some other YouTube channels, guys, they made videos saying, oh, here's why Tesla's going to do it. It's realistic. I don't think there was ever any real possible justification for that massive number, because that would have meant that Tesla would have had nearly about 30% of the entire global car market in 2030. And that's just a bit silly. Can BYD do 20 million? No, I don't think they can either. 10 million? Absolutely. Will they displace Toyota as the biggest car manufacturer in the world? Almost no question. Will Tesla's sales suddenly collapse like some people are predicting and the company somehow go bankrupt? Well, that is insane, and there's just no chance of that happening either. Now, Tesla will have a slower year this year, but next year I think they're going to have a good year. What do you think, though? Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.